Back now on EA.
Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the right. Start the regular season by Start your week by meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also kick your season off by starting your first game.
An NFC South battle right off the bat. It's the... And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
And they'll run it here. And not a whole lot doing there. So he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Well, these Buccaneers coming off a 4-game drop-off from a year ago, 9-7 in Dirk Cutter's first season to 5-11 last year. It's now 10 straight seasons without a playoff appearance, and in fact, they have not won a playoff game, Charles, since winning Super Bowl 37.
And in order for them to get back to the playoffs, they've got to go through their division, which is awfully tough and high-powered on offense. Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. So the Buccaneers made the investment. Jason Pierre-Paul from the Giants on the defensive side of the ball. Also picked up Bo Allen and Vinnie Curry from the Philadelphia Eagles. So the defensive front taken care of. They also picked up Vita Vea, a massive defensive tackle from Washington in the first round of the draft. Then they picked up a couple of corners. They know that on the defensive side of the ball, that's where they have to make the biggest game to chase down their division rivals.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Demario Davis there on the stop. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. All right, we will say. First down, Winston. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there,
they'll look to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there.
Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game. Start your week by installing your game plan.
This is Madden 19.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. It still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Nigel Bradham brings him down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jameis now on first down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Jameis on 2nd down. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphreys, his first touchdown. Here's Donnie Jones now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And they'll go on the ground. He's got the first down and more past the 40. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they can't bring him down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They're looking to throw this. Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel...
And on the ground they go with a running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 5. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
The bell. Let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
And you take a look at this draft. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. Fights loose. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Final play of the half here. Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 30.
Let's go now.
Winston now to throw on first down. His throw incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. And they say officially it's... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. Well, go ahead and mark that down as one of the most bizarre first down calls in the history of the National Football League. A fake, and it backfires.
But we've seen a lot
of first down.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the years in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from the single wing to the T formation to shotgun, right? Running spread, run and shoot, you name it, right?
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is...
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Here's Winston. He's going to let this go deep for... They've got his man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, 82 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
And while that touch...
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Winston here to throw. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And they'll run it here. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Let's go, let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Who wants it? Let's see some hustle out there today. Got a big game.
Ready? Black, what you got? Boys, have... Let's go now. That. Ready? Black, what you got? Boys, have... Ready? Black, 25, the hut. Ready? Blue waiting.
Listen up, fellas. I think we all know what today was.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, fourth-year quarterback Jameis Winston.
On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his first touchdown. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Bucs now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll go with a ground attack here. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And okay, so much. A 1st down throw for Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And they'll run it here. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. And on the ground they go with a running back. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
7-7 is our score. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Winston to throw. Evans has it left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and... And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Bucs, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile,
hello again, everybody. It is the coach.
And they'll run it here. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The numbers for him from a week ago, 12 carries, 71 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And the Browns pressure.